Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in and watching. I'm Ironhead, and this is Dad's Garage HD. This is the latest pickup. It's a 2011 Harley-Davidson Street Glide, which means that it comes with the 103 engine from Harley-Davidson, and that's the motor of that era. Now, this thing runs really good, and I picked it up for a great price. It's in great shape, as you can see. The paint is really nice. The bags are really nice. The motor's all chromed out. It's got the high performance air intake on it, and everything appears to be good. The tires have good tread. So I looked at this and made the decision upon that, and I picked it up for a pretty good deal. So I've been buying quite a few of these bikes on Marketplace, and I wanted to share something that maybe not everybody knows. Now, some of you do, but my experience when I bought this R1, same thing. So I've been doing quite a bit of dealing and purchasing these motorcycles, and getting them for pretty good deals, and then bringing them home and cleaning them up and doing some minor repairs, and then selling them for a reasonable price to people that I know that want motorcycles. So I thought I would share some of this with you. Now, the most important thing is to watch out for when you're buying these things. Look at the tires, man. The tires are going to be a big expense right off the bat. Number one, you're going to have to register your bike, and that could be around $250 in the state of Texas, in my county anyway. Tires are going to be about the same. So for each tire, you can figure that's another $250, give or take. Some are going to be more expensive. Some are going to be less. But for the most part, if you can figure $500 to $600 on tires if you need front and back, or about $300 to have them removed and mounted. Now, I do all my own work, so it just costs me the expense of the tire. But that's important. So you look at the tires first. Body work, that's a big thing. Fairings cost a lot of money. The cheapest fairings you can get for these things are about $300 to $500, and they are cheap. The OEM fairings could be up to $2,500. This is a 50th anniversary edition, so you want to make sure that everything is in pretty good working order, because you don't need to pick up some expense like that added to that. So far we have tires, we have fairings. Another thing is there any leaks? You don't need that. You don't need to get into that motor first thing before you ride it and pull the and replace gaskets. Mileage. If you can stay under 30,000 miles with these sport bikes, and that price would be gone down because it has so many miles. But if you can get around 15,000 miles with a sport bike, and up to maybe 40, 50,000 miles with a Harley Davidson. So two different types of motors, two different types of wear. Harleys can wear pretty good. I've seen them even up to 80,000 and still running strong. So, but the sport bikes, you want to make sure you get that around 15, 20, 25. You start getting into 30, 40, and I think you're purchasing somebody's headache, or a potential headache that's going to happen. So that's the thing with the motorcycle. So you want to watch out for that. There's a lot of other things here that I'm leaving out, but essentially, does it run good? Is there a lot of tapping? Is there knocking in the motor? Does it smoke? What does the condition of the bike? Did he take care of it? Is the chain in good shape? You can tell a lot about maintenance by looking at somebody's chain. Looking at the chain, looking at the fairings, how well did they take care of that bike? Okay, so that's that type of thing. That's physical. Here's another thing too. Is there a clear title? Stay away from bonded titles if you don't plan to keep the bike. Don't do it. Salvage titles may be a different story, but look, man, you don't need any of this headache. Go after the clean blue titles with no liens. Here's an example. Here's a Texas example. This is a title for that 2011 Street Glide. Now, when you get this, you want to make sure that there's no liens. None. Okay, that's one thing. Another thing is a title signed by the person you're purchasing. Does the title match the VIN number? all kinds of different things here. So here's another thing too. Make sure that the title is signed here by the person that you are buying it from. And if it's dated, make sure that it's recent. In the state of Texas, they'll penalize you $25 per month from the date that it should have been transferred, right? So if there's a date here, you don't buy it for 2 months, that's $50 added to your title and your registration that you don't need to have. That's a lot of money. Clear blue title, that's the thing. Have a clear blue title. Okay, signatures, we went over that. Make sure that that's filled out. Make sure that all of this is complete. Just the signature here is all you really need. This is all you that you're going to sign up here, and you're going to do this when you go to transfer the title. So make sure everything is good there. I've got everything blocked out. There'll be the person's name that you're buying it from. Make sure that's the same person. Okay, another thing that you really want to pay attention to, get a bill of sale. Get a bill of sale. I just printed this off the internet. State of Texas, my county, it acknowledged that you or he is buying the bike. It doesn't have to be this formal. Make, model, year, odometer, the VIN number. Look, you can write it on a piece of paper as long as he has the VIN number, the date, the motorcycle explanation, and if he's letting the plate go with the bike, make sure to record that. You and he sign and date. That's all you need. Just a proof of sale. Because if something happens, you want to prove that you legitimately bought this bike from X seller. So make sure you get a clear blue title and a bill of sale. Here's another thing. And this just applies to the state of Texas. I'm sure it's the same everywhere else. This is application for registration or application for a title. Now, in the state of Texas, you don't really have to have the seller sign this, but it makes things so much easier. So right down here at the bottom, if you could have the certification that the applicant or the owner is selling you the bike, then you are one step ahead of any problem that could arise over this. So he's on the title. He's given you the bill of sale with his name on it, and he's also signed as the seller for the applicant for the new title and or registration. Now, a while ago I talked about bonded titles. Stay away from those unless you plan to keep the bike. If you buy a bike with a bonded title, it's got a surety bond. It means that that VIN number is there for sure not stolen, and it's good to go. So that's trustworthy, but it's a 3-year process. 2 to 3 years here in the state of Texas, and you can't sell that bike. So you have to keep that bike in your name. The title is in your name until that 2 or 3 years expires, and then you can get a clean blue title. The bonded title, if he doesn't have a title and he says, oh, it's $100 to file for the bonded title, just walk away, man. You don't need that headache. Salvage titles, different story. Salvage titles, you just want to make sure to check the VIN. Now, you can check the VIN on any free web address. You just type in there, check VIN, and put the VIN number in, and it'll tell you who owned it or what about it. And also, you could always call your local sheriff's department or the DMV. You could take the VIN number to the DMV. Now, you're not likely going to do that. So if he doesn't have a title, he's telling you that you can file for the bonded title. Stay away from it. Try to stick with the clear blue title with no liens. Now, if you're purchasing a bike that has a loan on it, it's going to have a lien on it. And so you're going to deal with the bank. You're going to pay the note from the bank, and their name is going to be on the lien, but you'll have a release of lien letter filed with the state of Texas and with the title. It will come back in your name clear. So don't get them confused. It can have a lien on it if you know that going into this, but when you're buying it from Facebook Marketplace, for, let's say, $5,000, and it's got a lien on the title, that's time to walk away, because you don't have any way of clearing that lien without contacting that lender, and who knows what you're opening with that. The guy that's selling it could be selling the bike, and it's really not his. He probably owes a lien on it. Owes them. It probably has financed it and owes money on it, so he hasn't got the release of lien. Anyway, okay. So, watch the tires, watch the fairings, watch the shape of the everything around. How well have they taken care of the bike? Is the bike been maintained? Is the chain all rusty? Make sure that it runs good. There's no smoke. There's no knocking. There's no tapping. And then the paperwork side. Clean blue titles. Try to stick with that. Make sure you get a bill of sale for your purchase. Keeps all the headaches away. And then bring along just a copy. You can print this off. In the state of Texas, you can print this off and take it with you when you go to buy a bike or look at a bike and potentially buy a bike, and have that person sign below when he gives you the title and the bill of sale. Look, I hope this helped, and I know it's going to be different for everybody, and everybody's going to have a different opinion when it comes to bonded or salvage titles. In my opinion, the clear blue title is the only way to go. I hope this has helped people, and in the future, I hope you have a great experience buying a bike off a Facebook Marketplace or your local trade social media. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell. And as always, ride and stay safe.